Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to give you some tips on doing the blanket stitch on your sewing machine. It's considered a decorative stitching or applique stitch. So here is an example of what the blanket stitch looks like on this little heart pot holder. I have two hearts, one on top of the other, and I like to pick thread colors that will stand out. You don't have to. You can use thread colors to match your fabric or to stand out like I did on these. Let me show you one more example. Here is a butterfly, and I used the same color of thread as this green fabric here. On the blue, it's the same color, but on this print, I chose this little purplish color so that it would stand out even more. So in your user's manual will be a list of all of your stitches, and it will say right next to it which is the applique foot for that stitch. Now here is the one that's on my baby lock. This is the J foot, but also I have something called an open toe presser foot. There's nothing that's hiding the needle. I can see really clear where I am stitching. So if you don't have an open toe, you can still use the applique foot that came with your machine. But for this demonstration, so that you can see the stitching clearly and where the needle is going, I'm going to use the open toe applique foot. If you don't have one, you can go to Sewing Parts Online and purchase one from there, or go to your local sewing machine dealer store to purchase an applique foot. For this demonstration, I'm using a needle size 90-14. I'm also just using a polyester thread, just your standard Coats & Clark thread for this demonstration. I would not go out and buy real expensive thread until you've practiced and learned how to do the stitch before you invest a lot of money. Whenever you're learning a new stitch, it's really important to practice first before you actually do it on your project. So I'm going to show you some simple steps to go through for practicing. I drew a circle onto fabric and a square. Doesn't matter what size it is, just any size. Just make them kind of small. You don't want them too big. And you're going to be practicing how to go around a curve, on straight lines, and around the corner, which can be tricky. Whenever you're doing the blanket stitch, you want to put some paper underneath your fabric to keep your fabric stabilized so you won't get any puckering or unusual movement of your fabric. So here's my blanket stitch. I've already selected it. It's highlighted in blue there. Once you select your stitch, you will see it appearing on your screen off to the side somewhere. Up here it tells me that it recommends I use the J presser foot, and up above that it will show you where the needle is going to go down first, and it's going to drop down on the right side. This is the J foot on my baby lock. I also often use an open toe presser foot when doing applique stitching. So for this demonstration, I am going to use the open toe because it'll be much easier for you to see the stitching in this video. So the first thing you want to do is manually lower your needle to where it is on the outside of the line. So the outside of the line for me is to my right, and that's where you want to start your stitching. So you want to start stitching slowly, especially when you're not used to this. You should stitch slowly when you're going around a curve so that you can manipulate the fabric a lot easier. So I'm going to just start stitching this. Now, what this stitch did is it went forward 3 times and then to the side twice. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then it'll go in 1, 2, and then it will repeat again. So you want to just slowly turn your fabric. One of the things that is going to make it a lot easier for you to do this is that on your computerized sewing machines, there is a button you can press that tells the presser foot to lift every time you stop stitching. So to give you an example of it, I'm going to do a little bit more, and see how the presser foot came up. So what that does is it allows you to turn your fabric and so you would keep repeating that, turning it very slowly. Now I'm going to show you how to go around a corner, and this takes practice. So you want to count your stitches when you approach a corner. So it's side and now forward 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to go in. And now go forward 1, 2, 3, and stop. Now turn and let it go in 1, 2, and forward, in. So once you've practiced on just drawing circles and squares, then cut samples of fabric out, apply it onto your fabric using fusible web, and repeat the same steps. You'll drop your needle down on the outside of the applique fabric to start, and then do your stitching. Once you've mastered going around a square and a circle, now it's time to actually practice with the applique fabric. And I'm using something called Light Easy Steam 2 Fusible Web. And it's got 2 pieces of paper, and wedged in between the paper is a thin layer of glue. This grid line side is the side you draw on. So go ahead and draw a circle and a square. Then when you cut them out, go out about 1/4 of an inch to cut them out. Now before you put it on your applique fabric, you want to remove the paper off of the back. Make sure that the glue is still there. This is real sticky, so I know the glue is there. This is the right side of my fabric, the prettiest side. I'm going to put this fusible web on the wrong side, the not so pretty side. So you're going to put it down like this, and then finger press it down. Then with scissors, you're going to cut right on these drawn lines. You can use either scissors or a rotary cutter, and I'm going to just use the rotary cutter because it's real quick and easy for me. So just continue cutting out your piece. Now you're going to remove the blue grid line paper. Make sure you're not lifting the glue off of the fabric. So your fabric should be really, really sticky and tacky, so pull it off. Now here is the background fabric. This is the right side. It's prettier and darker. This is the back side or wrong side of the fabric. So you're going to put your applique piece on the right side of the fabric and then finger press it down. Then before you do the blanket stitch on it, you want to go to your ironing board and put a damp cloth over your applique piece and use a hot iron with steam. Hold it down for 10-15 seconds and then give it a couple of minutes to set, and then you're ready to do your blanket stitch. Well, I hope this sewing machine tip on how to do the blanket stitch has been helpful to you. Remember to practice, and whenever you're going to do an applique project, always test stitch on some scrap fabric. Look underneath it. Make sure there's no loops underneath the stitches. If there are, your bobbin is probably in backwards. I wanted to show you one more thing. This is a small applique quilt that I made, and I show you how to just freehand draw your patterns, and it's a really easy project. I call it folk art. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So if you're looking to learn something like this, go down below your YouTube screen to the description section, and you will see links to this and a variety of other applique projects. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.